What happens when you love someone so fiercely? You begin to bargain with the gods for control, not for joy, for certainty. And when certainty refuses you, your mind becomes the battlefield. Her name was Livia Marcia, a Roman matron of a respected house. Her husband Cassius marched with the legions beyond the hills where maps ended and rumors began. Each dawn, Livia rose before the servants, not for prayer of gratitude, for negotiation. She lit oil lamps until her fingers smelled of smoke. She counted them carefully, one for safe roads, one for loyal comrades, one for wounds that would miss him by the width of a thread. If a lamp sputtered, she stiffened. If the flame leaned, she corrected it with trembling hands, as if the air itself were disobedient. In the courtyard, she traced protective symbols in ash. She ordered the household to speak softly, as though loud voices might summon misfortune. She refused certain foods on certain days, not from discipline, from fear. When a messenger rode past her street without stopping, her heart dropped like a stone into a well. When the dogs barked at midnight, she sat upright in bed, listening as if the darkness carried news. And when Cassius's name entered her mind, it arrived as a question, not a memory. Weeks passed, then months. One afternoon, a servant dropped a clay cup. It shattered at Livia's feet. The sound was small, but Livia reacted as if a spear had struck the floor. She seized the servant's wrist hard enough to leave a mark. Her voice, usually measured, rose sharp and thin. "Do you wish to call disaster into this house?" The servant's eyes filled, but she did not speak. Silence stood between them, heavy as stone. That evening, Livia walked to the edge of the city where philosophers gathered beneath worn columns. She stood apart, listening. An old man sat with his cloak pulled close, his posture relaxed as if the world could not hurry him. He was called Epictetus. Livia stepped forward, pride still in her spine, fear still in her throat. "My husband is at war," she said. "I have offered prayers. I have kept order. I have done what must be done, yet my mind will not rest." Epictetus looked at her hands, blackened with ash, faintly shaking. "You have done much," he said at last, "except the one thing you refuse." Livia's jaw tightened. "And what is that?" He answered without softness. "To accept that you do not command what you love." The words struck like cold water. Livia's eyes narrowed. "Then what am I to do? Sit idle while fate chooses?" Epictetus's gaze did not move. "You already sit idle," he said. "You merely call it control." On the walk home, the streets felt unfamiliar, as if Rome had shifted while she was gone. She tried to reject the thought, tried to rebuild her rituals in her mind like a wall, but the wall suddenly looked thin. That night, she lit her lamps again, one by one. Her fingers hovered over the final wick, and stopped. A quiet voice inside her whispered, "If you do not light it, you are careless." Another voice answered, "If you do light it, you are pretending." Her throat tightened, not with peace, with grief. Because the truth was not that her rituals protected Cassius. The truth was that her rituals protected Livia from the feeling of helplessness. She sat in the dark longer than she ever had, and for the first time, she noticed something strange. The world did not collapse because she stopped bargaining with it. The fear still lived in her, but now it had nowhere to disguise itself. Psychology calls this intolerance of uncertainty. Stoics called it mistaking control for safety. The consequence is the same. You don't prevent pain. You multiply it by rehearsing it. Fate does not negotiate. Love is not possession. Peace begins where control ends.